Howdy YouTube, today we're taking a look at the Hasbro Star Wars from the third movie as part of the Order 66 set. We've got Emperor Palpatine and Clone Commander Thire. Love it or leave it, Revenge of the Sith is one of the movies that I actually didn't mind. I thought it was the best one of the prequel trilogy. Had a lot of things that I liked, a lot of things I disliked as well. Certainly one of the things that was good about the movie is the different varieties and variants of Clone Trooper, which translated into some cool figures. The Emperor Palpatine figure as well, I'm interested to get just because it's a Sith-affected, hideous monster-looking Emperor, and I haven't got one of those to my collection. This is one of 6 sets. They released a few, with Anakin and an ARC Trooper and several other different variants as well. On the back, there's a great shot of the Emperor and also Commander Thire. He looks sick there. That's very cool. It looks like this set's from Mustafar at the end of the movie when the Emperor goes and rescues Darth Vader, which is kind of cool. I'm glad that they decided to give us, I guess, a more unique figure set. The read-up on the back says Emperor Palpatine is accompanied by elite shock troopers led by Commander Thire. The Emperor wields great power and seeks only those who are exceptionally loyal and strong for his elite unit. Certainly really cool designs as well. So let's get this set opened up and out of packaging. Okay, and here we have both figures opened up and out of packaging. They're actually pretty cool. I was lucky enough to pick this set up for fairly cheap. And if I'm honest, the only reason I picked it up was for Commander Thire. If you can find this around the $15 to $20 mark, 100% pick it up. Anything more than that though, and you can probably give it a miss, and I'll run through why. We'll start by taking a look at the Emperor. The Dark Lord of the Sith, Master Manipulator. One of the things I'm interested about with the new movie franchise is what they do with the new Sith Lord, Emperor Snoke. I really would like to know more about his backstory, what the situation is there. But certainly with Palpatine, I don't know, there was just something about him that just annoyed me, even from The Phantom Menace, his first appearance. Mind you, this figure's actually fantastic. I think they really captured the likeness of the actor that played him, and certainly of the character. That's for sure. I really like too, it comes with a nice soft robe and cloak, which is always good. He's got a ball-jointed head, no ball joint in the arms, ball-jointed elbows, swivel in the wrist, no movement all the way down. And the reason there's such limited articulation is because this is one of the notorious gimmick figures where you push in on the bottom to get some lightsaber action. Look at that. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, the cape does, I hope, pull over his head and give him that classic Wizard of Oz look. I'm probably not going to display him like that, if I'm honest. Certainly, I mean, the movie had its flaws, and in the comments let me know what you thought of it. But, I mean, I thought it was okay. I really loved it as a kid, and then I don't mind it watching it back. What is it, over 10 years later. Certainly, the latest Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, destroys the prequel trilogy. But, I mean, it had its moments. Order 66 was a great scene. Some of the fight scenes between the Emperor and Mace Windu were quite good as well. I also really love the figures that we got from that set. Back when we got cool accessories like Sith Lightning. Check that out. That looks brilliant. That's very cool indeed. Just for comparison, I've got this Emperor Palpatine with some of the other Emperor figures that we've gotten. There's an old school clone Emperor. That's one of my favourite figures. And then you've got the Force Unleashed video game Emperor. I think the face on that is like 100 times nicer. Certainly a lot more sinister. That, if you can find this figure, is a must-have for any big Star Wars fan. But, yeah, I mean, the Emperor, more just for show. I'll probably end up selling this figure, if I'm honest. But, yeah, let's move on to Commander Thire and the real reason why I purchased this set. Okay, and here we've got Commander Thire opened up and out of packaging. A really cool looking figure. Probably one of my favourite clone designs. Certainly the nicest out of, like, the Shock Troop figures that we've gotten so far. Hopefully you guys can see the difference between this guy and a regular Shock Trooper. and then also a clone commander as well. There's just a lot of little things that make this guy pretty cool, to be honest. I love, if we move down, the red and black armor. I think that's a great color scheme. Moving down to, I love the red cape as well. That's not something you get often with Star Wars figures. Normally they just use the same generic color. So to have something a little different is really good. Probably my favorite character to play as in the new Star Wars Battlefront is actually the Imperial Shock Trooper. Even though the game has quite a lot of flaws, the Shock Troopers in that are really fun to play as. Same with the Royal Guard in the Heroes vs Villains mode. I wish the game had more single player, and also they brought back the old school classes, because having like a Shock Trooper, a Dark Trooper, a Sniper and all that sort of stuff is what I want in a Star Wars Battlefront game. I'm not a big fan of the Call of Duty light customize your own character where you can choose like 10 different human heads, and if you're really good at the game you can get the Black Stormtrooper, Shadow Trooper skin. But other than that, there's not much, to be honest, and that's a little disappointing. This figure though is very cool. Ball jointed head, ball jointed arms, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists, swivel in the waist, swivel in the legs, ball jointed knees, and ball jointed ankles. So a ton of articulation. That's one of the things I really regret about modern Star Wars figures, is unless you get the Black Series or the premium figures, you get very, very bare bones, almost Kenner style figures. But this one at least is certainly very cool. Overall, it's a very cool set. As I said before, if you can find it for cheap, it's well worth picking up. I'm not sure what it's running for on eBay. I got this from my local figure shop. I'm very glad that I do have it. It just completes and adds more to my Clone Commander collection. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this review on the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith from Order 66, Emperor Palpatine and Clone Commander Thire.